Now I'd like to open our calculator. We click this one and click on the calculator picture, and here it comes. Let it load, it can take a while. The calculator has a lot of help text. To all the fields, but right now we're just going to enter some digits. We'll use our example with the baby stroller, the baby carrier from before, and it looks like this. We got an offer from China. It says $206. It has to be including the freight in China. We'll enter that figure here, 206, and we'll use a comma because there's a default 0. We'll enter the dimensions. We had them on the site on Alibaba. It's 50 times 30 times 86 centimeters. The longest measure, we'll always use that as the length. So we say 86, comma, then it was one of the measures was 30, the other was 50. It doesn't matter which one you put in as height and which one as width. And I remember that the weight would be, it's here, 10.5 kilos. And you always have to use a comma in this one, because it's a European setup. The quantity default is 1 and the total price is 206. That's okay, so we go to the next step. We are asked to check some values here. It says the weight per liter or per 10 times 10 times 10 centimeter according to what you tipped is 0.07, and because there's a lot of air in the package, that seems correct. So we'll say yes. The reason for this one is that if you tip something wrong, if you tip centimeters when it should have been decimeters or anything else, you would get some misguiding results here. We'll continue. Looks okay. And we are asked to select our EU country. In this case it would be Denmark, and go to the next step. And now we get to the overseas freight calculation. It says now it's your turn. This is where you need to work a bit to save import costs. We guide you to find codes for customs and duty rates. You'll find a lot of guidelines behind the help text, as you see them here by the question marks. We have some calculated figures here. $206 by air as an intermediate value with overseas freight and insurance. We have some values here, but they are intermediate, so do not notice them too much. But check Schedule B for HS code and copy it from your supplier. Maybe your supplier would have given you these codes, but in this case we're going to find them ourselves, so we'll click Schedule B. Schedule B is a search engine. It's actually an American search engine, but we can use it because the HS code would be international. And we are asked to describe our product. In this case, a baby stroller. And the Schedule B search engine will try to classify our product. And we are asked if characteristics are other than toy. Yes, they are. That's what they assume here. And they assume that the end user is a baby, and that's pretty relevant for a baby stroller or a baby carriage. We were asked to copy 6 digits for our HS code. These 6 digits, we'll take them from here. There they are, and we'll copy them and paste them into this field. It says no dots, means that you should delete the dot here. Only 6 digits. Afterwards, you should check Gov UK's tariff code. That's in order to find the EU code. It's called a commodity code, the number for the goods when it enters the European Union. Trade between, in this case, we should say China and we still copied the 6-digit code, so we paste it again to this one, and we'll delete the dot and search. And here we get to baby carriages, baby strollers or baby carriages would be okay. And this is the commodity code for the European Union, so that's great. I'll click it, and the commodity code for importing is this one. We will copy this one, and it says paste 10-digit EU commodity code. That's right here. And the next thing is copy duty rate in percentages, if any. Actually, there was a third country duty of 2.7. We'll cover this one. Duty rate, use comma as decimal point, and that comes in right here because we copied a dot and have to change it for a comma instead, 2,7. We jumped over this one. Check no import restrictions. And that's done. See import tables. The third country duty was 2.7. We had that one. What we're going to check here is if there are any measures specific to China. There could actually be an extra duty, or there could be import restrictions, but there's nothing here that's relevant, so we can go to this field and check mark no import restrictions. And we can scroll down. No dangerous goods. You cannot import dangerous goods by Voodoo Freight because we send everything as consolidated goods, means everything would be in the same container. So if any goods in that container would be dangerous, then everything would be rated dangerous. Please check mark either that your items are not dangerous goods, and in this case I'm rather sure there's no dangerous goods, so we check mark this one and continue. And we'll continue in the next